Two of the most widely used phosphorus fertilizers in the world are Monoammonium Phosphate, known as MAP, and Diammonium Phosphate, also known as DAP. These two fertilizers are very similar in composition and manufacturing process, but they differ slightly in chemistry and agronomic application. Together, MAP and DAP supply over 80% of all phosphate fertilizer and over 50% of all nitrogen fertilizer consumed worldwide. So let's talk about the differences between these two fertilizers and when you might choose one over the other. Welcome to the channel. I make weekly videos to help you learn about agriculture and In this video, we will look at the manufactured properties and uses of Monoammonium Phosphate or MAP and compare them to the manufacture, properties, and uses of Diammonium Phosphate or DAP. Let's get into it. Both MAP and DAP are manufactured by reacting phosphoric acid, H3PO4 with ammonia, NH3. The only difference between the two reactions is the molar ratio of ammonia to phosphoric acid required. For MAP, the reaction is 1:1, and for DAP, it is 2:1. The products of these reactions are Monoammonium Phosphate and Diammonium Phosphate, respectively. These reactions are highly exothermic and are usually carried out in two steps, with the first step referred to as a pre-neutralizer or reactor. The ammonia is injected into the upper portion of the reactor, while the phosphoric acid is added near the bottom. The two react as a mix and the temperature is carefully controlled. Once the reaction is complete, the product is sent to a granulator, where prills or small granules are formed by forcing the molten fertilizer through a screen with many small holes. The prills are then dried to make them harder and a little more free-flowing. Finally, the product is screened to make sure there are no large or small particles. Now let's compare some of the chemical and physical properties of MAP and DAP. As shown in this table, the chemical formula for MAP is NH4H2PO4, and the nutrient content or grade is 11520, meaning that 11% of the fertilizer is nitrogen, 52% is phosphorus, and 0% is potassium. In regards to appearance, both MAP and DAP are available as a granular, free-flowing solid. MAP is typically white or light-colored, while DAP is darker in color. Both are highly soluble in water. The ease of application and high water solubility of both fertilizers make them easy to handle and apply. They are both considered to be excellent sources of phosphorus and nitrogen for plant growth. But what about the different ways they affect soil? One of the biggest differences between MAP and DAP is the pH effect on the soil in the zone of application. Because MAP is acidic, it is a better choice for alkaline soils with a pH greater than 7.0. This is because the acidic reaction of MAP helps to improve phosphorus availability in the application zone. On the other hand, DAP is already in an alkaline form, and applying it to a soil that is already alkaline can lead to even higher pH levels in the application zone. In neutral to acidic soils with a pH less than 7.0, DAP is a suitable and excellent choice. Another consideration is the use of these fertilizers as a starter fertilizer. Starter fertilizer is a high phosphorus fertilizer that is placed in a band near germinating seeds to help satisfy the intense phosphorus demand of the seedling. Because MAP has a lower concentration of ammonia and an acidic reaction, it is generally considered to be safer and more effective as a starter fertilizer than DAP. Additionally, when nitrogen is not needed in large amounts, MAP is a good choice for starter fertilizer because it minimizes the chance of volatilizing nitrogen in the form of ammonia gas. For crops that require more nitrogen, DAP would be a good option. Finally, When blending fertilizers, MAP and DAP are two of the main components used to produce bulk blended NPK fertilizers. With the exception of a few specialty fertilizers, most of the NPK blends that we use today could be made with MAP and DAP along with some sulfur and maybe One thing to keep in mind when blending fertilizers is that DAP will react with some forms of sulfur, like flowers of sulfur, and will also react with aluminum and iron from the super. This is why you often see MAP used in blends that contain slow-release nitrogen or controlled-release nitrogen. To summarize, both MAP and DAP are excellent fertilizers and are among the most widely used in the world. DAP contains 2:1 molar ratio of ammonia to phosphoric acid, while MAP contains a 1:1 molar ratio. MAP is more acidic than DAP, making it a better choice for alkaline soils. And as mentioned before, MAP is less likely to volatilize nitrogen as ammonia gas, therefore reducing the likelihood of damaging crops with ammonia injury. The choice of fertilizer depends on the needs of the crop, the condition of the soil, and how the fertilizer is applied. Hopefully, after watching this video, you have a better understanding of the differences between MAP and DAP. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you next time.